Hi everyone, hi Asia. Thank you to GRS South Asia and Ambuja Cement Foundation for inviting me to this important dialogue on the power of gender parity in the workplace. My name is Bekeme Masade-Olowola. I'm the Chief Executive and founder of CSR-in-Action. CSR-in-Action is the foremost consultancy and advocacy and training outfit in the region, and I'm also a board member of the GRI, I believe the first out of West Africa. I'm sure you all have been enjoying some eye-opening sessions from different sustainability experts around the globe, and as you all know, the globe isn't complete without Africa. I will be using the concept of glass to explain what we want in Africa, what we need to get out of this conversation around gender parity, and not just Africa, but in the world at large. We all know what glass is, right? We have glass everywhere. We find it in our rooms, in our wristwatches, light bulbs, laptops, our computer screens, solar panels, shields, and everywhere. In fact, glass is considered as one of the world's oldest and most versatile human-created materials. And interestingly, glass can be likened to gender parity because literally we can find gender inequality everywhere. We find it in our homes, in the workplace, at school, markets, literally everywhere. But even in the versatility of glass, we never take cognizance of the role it plays in our lives and how it actually shapes our living. I can tell you that in Africa, during the imperialist movement of owning Africa, glass played a critical role in buying our forefathers. Well, let's not go there. So we probably wouldn't have cared about our looks if not for the existence of glass, which we take for granted. Same can be said of the inequalities that are deep-rooted in the fabric of our society. We see them every day and easily overlook what the problem is and how they shape who we are, what we are as a continent. Arising from the glass concept, I will also use the metaphorical glass ceiling in today's discussion to explicate the areas of gender parity in Africa. The Glass Ceiling report of 2015 contained in the Africa Development Gender Index, ADGI, states that more women are more likely to be employed in the informal sector than as regular wage earners in the formal sector. In the formal sector too, women are more likely to be found in part-time jobs and on the lower rung of the job cadre, and are paid discriminatorily as they hold 4 of every 10 jobs and earn on average 2/3 the salary of their male counterparts. This is even more scary when the Musal 2019 report on African women show that women work 50% longer work days than men, and we have also been reported to likely face career breaks because of our biological capabilities. This is even more important because women are more economically vibrant than men in Africa, as the ADGI reported in 2015. We also make up 70% of economic output. Still, we have the problem of gender pay gap. And the report also indicated that while we are active more in the agricultural sector, it's safe to say that women are found more in pursuit of activities that yield lower economic gains, again because of our metaphorical and subconscious as well as structural glass ceiling that continues to marginalize us. As Karl Marx posited, the economy is the substructure of any society upon which other superstructures are built. It simply means that if a certain segment is disadvantaged at the defining factor of decent work and prosperity, it would affect the economy and the society at large. What all this has accumulated into is a kind of feminization of poverty. where women have less economic power, not because we're lazy or less intelligent, but because of the structured barriers that we face, as numerous reports have indicated. Statistics earlier stated show why we have concerns and why we must continue to talk about an inclusive workplace if we are to achieve SDG 5 by 2030. Often we hear scary statistics like the World Economic Forum's 2018 Global Gender Gap Index, where it is stated that it will take Africa 135 years to achieve gender parity. If we look at our glass concept, soda ash and limestone are heated in a furnace with ordinary sand, usually at incredibly high temperatures of 1,700 degrees Celsius or 3,090 Fahrenheit to make glass. So in the end, while it starts from being an opaque material, sand, it metamorphoses into this transparent material, which for me means that although we may have certain barriers that hold us down, that we think are suppressing our potential, actually it means that we can use this to our advantage. As indicated in the Convention on the Elimination of All Forms of Discrimination Against Women and the Universal Declaration of Human Rights Charters, we need implementable frameworks to promote peace, to promote inclusiveness, to enforce and monitor equality and non-discrimination on the basis of gender in the workplace. The answer to gender parity is simple: an all-inclusive workplace. A 2019 Harvard Business Review report on inclusiveness in the workplace highlighted that inclusiveness in the workplace yields 17% increase in performance, 20% high quality decision making, 29% increase in collaboration, and 10% reduction in absenteeism in the workplace. The review also highlighted 6 important traits of inclusive leaders as cultural intelligence, curiosity about others, awareness of bias, visible commitment, humility, and effective collaboration. Almost all natural attributes of women, if you'll agree with me. So I wasn't surprised to see that Fallon and Rick Conchi, workplace and leadership experts from the University of Pennsylvania, actually corroborated this, saying that women are definitely more likely to exhibit these skills in the workplace in fostering inclusive leadership. Gender parity, ladies and gentlemen, is not an option, as clearly both genders are needed in the workplace to make the workplace as effective as possible. Why don't we waste time implementing these inclusive policies rather than waste time trying to change women who are already great as they are in order that they fit in with what we think is the best workplace? Why don't we think about that as we continue this dialogue? Thank you for listening. I'm Bekeme.